So you wanted to see my red eye, huh?
A what
Guess
dragon?
you got your wish. Now take a look at this.
Hey, this is Character King coming at you with a Heavy Metal Raiders deck profile. First off, you have the skill, Heavy Metal Raiders. This skill is very, very good. It is the heart and soul of the deck. It would not be playable without it. This skill works in a way where it has four things it does. First thing is you cannot open up with 4 cards in your hand. You only draw 3. So basically the best way to think about it is you open up with 3 cards and this is the 4th card in your hand, but it stays on your field when you start with a duel. Which is, it's an amazing skill. The first effect on the front side of it is each time a Dark Machine monster you control, once per turn when battling an opponent's monster, is not destroyed in battle. So that means basically it gives battle protection to each of your Dark Machines. It is not once per turn for all of them, it is once per turn for each one of them. So it's very good on keeping your monsters alive and keeping you with board presence. The second effect, which makes the first effect actually a lot better, is any damage you take in a battle using more than one, between your Dark Machine and their monster, the difference gets increased to your monster's attack points as long as this card remains on the field. So basically, you go through the duel boosting your small Dark Machines into bigger ones until you actually can get over your opponent's monsters. You can crash no problem because if their monster's attack is higher, you simply attack, boost your attack next turn, crash, and kill their monster. And you can use the third effect, which is if one of your Dark Machine monsters destroys by battle or card effect your opponent's monster, you can special summon a Dark Machine from your hand, which is very good for getting out Barrel Dragon or another small Dark Machine to be able to get advantage and go for game. Alright, so the first monsters of the deck is 2 copies of Barrel Dragon. Hope that's upside down. 2 copies of Barrel Dragon. This is really good. You never want to see more than one in your hand. He doesn't do too much for the deck by himself. He's a good way to get out, but because of the fact that so many cards are running defensive traps like Windstorm and Kunai and Sphere Karibo, you cannot guarantee you'll be able to summon these or any other Dark Machine that's bigger. So you can't really rely on that effect, so you don't want a lot of these, but it's a good option to have to be able to push game advantage and try to go for win the duel a lot earlier. Alright, next 3 monsters are 3 Koichi. He is the best monster in your deck lineup. He's what you want to see in your opening hand. He lets you, when you set him, you can draw 1 card when he flips, either by them attacking and he's not destroyed because of the field spell, or when you flip him to attack position because they won't attack thinking it's Blast Sphere. So he goes to attack position, you get a card, and basically then you have 1 extra card, so your field spell negging you 1 in the beginning isn't as detrimental to your strategy. So he's very good. 1400 is basically your standard attack points for all Dark Machines. We don't have anything better, but this is pretty alright for what we have so far. His effect is good, where even in Duel Links he's used in Desperado Barrel Dragon strategies. Next monster is 3 Blast Spheres. Blast Sphere is really good and really bad. Because the reason being is you set Blast Sphere and you want to attack into it, so you can destroy their monster to summon your Barrel Dragon. They notice your skill's already Heavy Metal Raiders, so they will not attack into your Blast Spheres, thinking your monster won't be destroyed anyway. So the only thing they could have that would do anything besides not being destroyed is Blast Sphere destroying their monster soon. So he's a little bit controversial. He's a good 1400 meter. He's a Dark Machine. He's fantastic. You need 3. He's standard for the deck. Next you have 3 Allied Justice Corps Destroyer. This card is not good. 1200 is the weakest of your monsters. You have it because you need it. It's situational. It's a better side deck card, but you need it because we don't have anything better than that for Dark Machines. So basically you will run 3 of him. He's good against blue eyes because you can blow him up without doing any battle calculation, because when he battles a light monster, they are destroyed before damage calculation. So no matter how much attack they have or how much attack you have, their monster will be destroyed by that effect. So he's very good for that, and that will get off your field spell to summon. Next we have the spicy tech 1 Magician of Faith. Magician of Faith is a really good card because it can actually save your field spell by adding it back to your hand if it's destroyed, so you don't just lose the duel if you have your field spell destroyed. She gives you a little bit of recurrence because of that. You can also use her effect to get back your spell cards back to your hand. Magician of Faith is just a really good card. I don't see you running more than one of it because you want to draw a Dark Machine, but it's nice to be able to get the field spell back because you're so reliant on that field spell, so you need to have something that works. The only spell you run in the deck, 3 Night Beam. Night Beam is fantastic. It can kill Windstorm, it can kill problem cards, it can kill Dust Tornado if they don't chain it to your draw phase, which they probably will, because if someone's familiar with this deck at all, if you kill the field spell, this deck basically dies. There's not much around that, but this is just a good card to be able to kind of let you get it more advantage. You don't like your monster being switched to defense and then killed really fast after you've been building it up for a bit, so that's a good card to have. Magician of Faith can recur it. Next we have 3 Kunai with Chain. This card is very good. You can also run Metal Morph instead of it, or you can run Windstorm. I prefer this version just because you have the ability to, if you have no Dark Machines, switch a guy to defense if they attack, if you need to save life points, or if you have a Decoichi in attack position and they want to attack into it so they can attack twice. You can Kunai of Chain, their monster in damage step kills their monster, and then you can special summon a Dark Machine from your hand, usually Barrel Dragon if you have that option. And the cool thing about it is, even if they chain Metal Morph or chain Kunai in the damage step so they don't lose their monster, you're still gaining that attack points. So you have pretty good ability with these guys, plus you can use it when attacking, so you can be a lot more aggressive instead of just tying and going over, so it's really good. Next, last 2 cards of the deck is 2 Magic Jammers. This card feels bad. You never really want to see this, but it's needed because you need it for Aerosol. Because this deck loses hard to the Aerosol skill, because when your Dark Machines are protected and then turned to insects, they're no longer protected, and that is not a good thing. But use that so you don't just lose all your monsters to Aerosol board wipe. You have it against Dice Foon, so you can keep your field spell from being destroyed. It's just pretty much a good card overall. Night Beam doesn't affect your field spell, so you don't have to worry about that too much. If they Night Beam that, you're like, okay, why not? Next we have the side deck. This is just more protection. You have your 3rd Magic Jammer. Same thing as the other. If you need it for more Dice Foons, because you know they're running 2 or 3, you'll just put that in. And then we have 3 1,000 tools, or 7 tools of the Bandit, not 1,000 tools, 7 tools of the Bandit. This is good if you are having problems with Dust Tornado. You can change it out. I found in the matches I've been versing, a lot less people have been running Dust Tornado and running a lot more other problematic spells, which is why I main deck Magic Jammer. You can main deck 7 tools if you notice you are versing a lot more Dust Tornado players. It feels bad to lose the life points, but this is feels better than Magic Jammer because you don't lose a card from your hand. So you can maintain some kind of advantage, because usually when it comes to your Dark Machines, you'll lose about 2,000 to 2,500 life points. So losing 1,000 doesn't hurt too much, but you don't want to lose too many life points if you can help it. And then the last cards is 2 RFI, ready for intercepting. This card's just very good overall. You have problems against Relinquish. This lets you put Relinquish down You can cancel out a Dragon Caller player from doing their plays. Works against Amazonis if they're running like the equip spell. This is a nice card to have access to. It's not good in all matchups, but it's just a nice thing to have. Yep, and that sums it up. That is the deck list, and thank you for watching. Subscribe and comment below. Hope you liked the video.